what you do, you remember in previous derivations we did with cos theta, b dl cos theta we did, and we find this. If it is a radian, that means taking an angle theta, so this will become only r you will see, I guess, right? So here we are adding d theta because we are considering an angle also. Okay, we are comparing those two equations with b dl. Okay, then we integrating it. Okay, so both the sides we are integrating. Here only, right? Yes, we cancelled here. There also you can do, but while integrating we are doing it anyway. Okay, shall I move to the next one? So thus so you are getting like this, mu naught I. For cos 2 also, for arc we are getting AB arc. So bit by bit we are taking as a arc, so together it will make us a circle. Okay, that's why we are taking last 2 pi. Okay, so the entire part you will have a summation. So mu naught I by 2 pi. So by adding the 2 arc we get circle. So we are getting 2 pi. So 2 pi will get cancelled and we will have a mu naught I. Okay. So the Ampere circular law is proved. Okay. So they did for the another path element also. Okay, so through sum of all the elements. So Ampere circular law is equivalent to Biot-Savart law. Only we are comparing. I said right, mu naught times of I by 2 pi r d theta is a Biot-Savart law extension for a theta value with theta. Okay. So it is the integral around any closed path. The Ampere and loop is 0. Then the net charge through the Ampere and loop must be 0. Okay. So next we are going to see about solenoid. Okay, so solenoid means the coil which spiraled. Okay, so particular number of turns will have, so this is called as a solenoid. Okay, so copper coil which have number of turns, so circular loop which carries a current is called as solenoid. Then we are going to connect this thing to a current. Okay, and if we insert a soft iron inside, so it will act as an electromagnet. Okay, so when a current passes through the solenoid, what will happen? Because iron will get easily magnetized, okay, and become it will lose its magnetization very slowly, okay, compared to the other materials, because its returnivity is very less. Okay, slow down when we stop the current, the magnetization of the material will get loose. Okay, but it will have some much little more time, it will extend the magnetization. Okay, and when I turn on the current and the current passes through the wire, okay, so it will act as a magnet. Okay, so how means each and every circular loop, when the current enters, so when the current enters in a circular loop, one side will act as a south pole, one side it will act as a north pole, because Ampere's screw rule, according to Maxwell's screw rule, we know that when the current is passing upward, the anti-clockwise direction will be the magnetic field lines. Correct? The same way, when the current is passes in the downwards, the clockwise direction. So one side of the circular loop will act as a north pole, and the other side of the circular loop will act as a south pole. So here we have multiple turns of the circular loop. So each and every point will act as a north-south, north-south. So entire together we can say this as a bar magnet. Correct? So one side as north and one side as a south. So the magnetic field lines will emerge out of the north and end in the south. Inside the solenoid, there will be a uniform magnetic field inside the solenoid from south to north. Clear? Okay. So when we place a soft iron inside the solenoid, it is placed inside a uniform magnetic field. So when a uniform magnetic field continuously placed through some metal, it will get magnetized. Correct? That is called susceptibility, we said. So it will turn that material into magnetization. When the current off means there is no magnetic field. So then it loses the magnetization slowly. Okay, so this can be used as a electromagnet. Maybe you studied in 10th, I guess. So electromagnet. So to get a temporary magnet, so we use this electromagnets in factories, industries to lift a heavy job. Okay, if I lift a heavy car to some part, so I cannot use any other cranes. Car will get damaged. So this is, when I turn on the current, it will act as a magnet. So it will stick to the car, and we can keep in for crusher, to separating the garbage materials. So for those stuffs, we can use the electromagnets.